What is going on, apes? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about a couple things that I just want to pretty much remind you guys about what makes AMC so much different than any other short squeeze trade, as well as how you guys should think about AMC, because really this is all about being patient. We know the fat tendies are coming. We have all of these indicators at the current moment that are very bullish, looking at the potential for a credit downgrade or potentially a total default of the American debt, which would send the markets down, which would send AMC up after we did go through that initial sell-off. We see hedge funds, institutions that are buying into the stock. We see the short interest continuing to go up. The situation has never been more statistically bullish, in my opinion, for AMC than it is right now. But I want to go over a lot of what it takes to mentally be an ape, because I think a lot of people, like I said, they want it to happen right away, which I do think we are getting very close. I think by the end of the year, this squeeze will happen, but the fact the sky is the limit. Let's talk about all of this information. If you guys get any value out of this video, make sure to like the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the information that I provide to you down below in the comment section. So first thing that I want to point out is apes have no limit. We have a limit on a lot of things, but we have no limit on how much we can do with our AMC positions. What you got, the best thing, and none of this is financial advice, but the best thing that I have found over my years of investing is when you buy a stock, don't even consider selling it. Like Warren Buffett says, if you had 20 investment decisions throughout your entire life, you would think very carefully about those decisions. And if you could never sell them for 10 years, he says you would get insanely rich. I think AMC is that definition of buying, holding a stock, no matter how long it takes to eventually get super rich. And if you guys are subscribed to this channel, you know this analogy that I'm about to say, but I think it's the best way to describe AMC. So the way that I personally look at AMC, as if you bought a lottery ticket from the store. Pre-preference, I don't gamble with lottery tickets, I gamble with options in the stock market. Who knows what's better or what is worse, but just take this analogy for what it is. You buy a lottery ticket, say $20, right? You can't scratch it. For whatever reason, you can't scratch it until somebody else tells you you can scratch it, but you know it's a winner. You don't know if you're going to get your money back. It's a $20 winner, or if it's a big winner. Would you give that ticket back just because you were on hard times or you'd seen the value of it go down for whatever reason? You would not throw it away, you would not give it back, and you couldn't scratch it until somebody told you to. You would sit on it until you got that magic phone call that said you can scratch your lottery ticket. Millions, thousands, whatever the price is, you would be happy that you held on to that ticket. I'm not trying to necessarily reference the price to AMC. It really depends how big your position is, if you're going to make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars with AMC, but you guys get the analogy. You wouldn't give away a winning lottery ticket if you knew it was a winner. The same thing applies to AMC stock. That's why I continue to buy AMC, and just yesterday I bought more shares at $37 per share because I want to own as many as possible. And personally, I don't care what happens to the price. I don't care if it goes down 50%. If it does, I will buy more winning lottery tickets, aka more AMC stock, and continue to hold no matter how long it takes. And if you really think about it in the grand scope of things, think about your potential percentage gain on AMC. Think about 1,000%. If you invested $1,000, you returned 1,000% on your position. It's going to be much higher than that. Let me just tell you guys that up front. But that would be 1,000 into $10,000. A 10,000% return would be what? 1,000 into $100,000, if my math is correct there. You guys get what I'm trying to say. Massive returns are coming for those who are patient. Let me remind you of Warren Buffett's one of his most famous quotes of all time. The stock market is simply a tool used to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. The hedge funds, they are afraid of apes. They are afraid of this movement. And that's what brings me into this next part. We have never had a stock with so much potential of AMC. And why is there so much potential? Well, AMC is the most publicly and often traded stock. continuously throughout this whole rally that we have seen, AMC has been the most traded stock on the stock market, specifically with options as well. You should never buy options, in my opinion. You can't go wrong buying the shares because they won't ever expire. You won't lose your money. But that is the point. AMC is the most popular stock on the stock market. Everybody knows about AMC. Everybody knows about Apes. No matter if you're Warren Buffett or you're the SEC, everybody knows about AMC. They are all looking at AMC for the short squeeze. And when you see that price action to the upside, there is no telling. That's why I literally say the sky is the limit. You're going to see FOMO and day trading like you have never seen before. And you want to be one that is positioned in the stock before that does happen. That is exactly why I find so much potential in AMC, why I want to make videos about this, because I think there is a lot of potential if you have the patience to wait for it. Now, regardless of that, and I think I probably should have put this in the beginning of the video because some of you guys are not going to stick around long enough to actually hear this, but I always think, and with any stock that I invest in, I have my best case scenario, whether it's a 1 to 10x or 25x, whatever the case is. I have my base case scenario, what I reasonably expect to happen with the underlying business, as well as my worst case scenario. Now, when we started investing in AMC, this whole spectrum, the base case, best case, worst case scenario, was a lot different than it is now. My best case scenario is obviously thousands of dollars per share. Who knows that best case scenario? That is really where sky is the limit comes into this situation. The base case scenario is the stock continuously going up until that short squeeze. Then again, don't know the actual price. But what is important is the bear case scenario, is your worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? Well, AMC has been improving the business every single week. We see something new that is coming from the company, whether it's accepting cryptocurrencies or, buy a ticket, bring a friend with you, which will drive increasing revenue, making AMC commercials. Guys, I have been seeing these commercials everywhere. You gotta believe this is driving revenue and many, many other things that we all do know since we keep up to date with the business. And it's not just that AMC diluted its shareholders and didn't do anything with the money. AMC collected billions of dollars and still has billions of dollars, but they have used this to their benefit and executed the best that they possibly can, which is better than anybody had ever expected. So what is the worst case scenario? My worst case scenario for AMC is in between about $20 and $30 per share. Now, eventually, say the squeeze takes a year or two. I think in a year or two, AMC's business will support its current valuation at about $35 to $40 per share. Now, in the meantime, if that is the case, we're going to be exponentially higher just given how the marketplace is. I don't think the short squeeze is going to take a long time. I think it's going to happen by the end of this year. But just for imaginary sakes, you can't go wrong, in my personal opinion, not a financial advisor, buying the stock even on a fundamental basis, because eventually it will catch up. The short squeeze is the icing on the cake. That also plays into a lot of the hedge funds, institutions, and the big money that are going to also be making trades once we do break out, see algorithmic trading programs start to buy the stock, see the shorts start to cover. They're going to be looking at their best case, their bear case, and their base case scenario. And I think with that fundamental valuation going up even more than GameStop, right? AMC has been doing a lot more than GameStop. If there's a meme stock to invest in, you better believe it is AMC. If the hedge funds, institutions wanted to invest in any of them, it's going to be AMC. And that is another reason why you're going to see a lot of price action to the upside. And what is really going to send this home is going to in part be the hedge funds, institutions that are going long outside the apes. So that is the way that I look at AMC. That is partly why I'm so bullish on the stock, everything that we went over in this video. I also think it's very easy to get lost in the sauce, get carried away in different news, catalysts that are coming out, and really forget what makes AMC such a great trade to be a part of, the movement, as well as the fat tendies that we are going to be printing. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, let me know that information down below in the comment section. If you don't agree with something that is said in this video as well, let me know that information also. I pretty much respond to every single comment. If you guys want to support the channel directly, check out the link down below in the description of this video, link for public as well as the link for Webull. On your way out, make sure to tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button. Consider subscribing subscribing to the channel, as well as, like I said, let me know that information down below in the comment section. Also, if you guys want access to all my trades in real time in stock, options, or crypto, whether it's a day trade, swing trade, or long-term investment, check out the link in the description for the buy and sell alerts. We keep it very inexpensive. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video.